Hello, this is Lee over at 3D Palace, and welcome back to another part of our Leman Russ inspired tank build. In the last part, we were working on the turret. We basically have it finished up, as you can see. Not a whole lot left to do to it, if anything, really. Maybe add a little bit more detail to this part that bulges out, but other than that, I think we're about done with that. This section under the main turret is going to end up getting some armor plate, I think, and of course some rivets. That leaves basically the engine compartment and the rear of the tank. That being said, we've been doing a whole lot of hard surface stuff, and I want to demonstrate a couple of soft surface techniques for making props. So we're going to do 2 or 3 things depending on time today. We're going to make a canvas roll that the crew can use for a pup tent, and we're going to make a duffel bag for storing their equipment in, and that'll end up getting thrown on the tank somewhere. If you watch some documentaries or anything about World War II, World War II being the largest conflict where tanks were used and used in abundance, you'll see that crews actually did use their tanks to transport, stuff. They put, their pup tents and packs and bags and stuff, strapped them to the tank because there's not a lot of room inside the tank for that stuff. So it's completely reasonable to see, those type of things strapped to an older tank. And this being Warhammer, or Warhammer inspired, they're using older tank designs. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead, and I want to start with the bedroll, or the canvas roll. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go into the front view. I'm going to come over here to my work table. Okay, yeah, I know it's almost lunchtime. Thank you. And I'm going to grab a line, and I'm going to make a spiral. So let's just go ahead and make a spiral here. Just a nice, easy spiral. Don't worry about getting things too pretty. We can always move things later. We just want to wrap it around a little bit. And of course we're going to make it smaller, but right now we're just making it easier to work with here. Okay? Now let's go ahead, and we're going to go into our edit tab, and we need to move some of these vertices around. Okay, like this one, definitely. Okay. And we can rotate this guy a little bit too, so he's not so funky. Okay. So he's, a little less funky. There we go. Okay, around a little bit. We're just going to adjust things so that, it's a little better. Okay. Move this guy out a little bit. This guy a little rounder. Move this guy over a tad. Make this guy a little rounder. There we go. Okay, now we're going to go into perspective mode. Zoom in on our object here. And I want to add an extrude modifier. Okay. And we want to go out. That's probably about fine. A little more. We'll go 2 meters, because like it says, it's going to be a pup tent for the entire crew. So we want to kick the segments up quite a bit. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw a shell modifier on this. And there. Okay. We're going to do an outer amount and an inner amount and an outer amount. Now you can see we have a little bit of overlap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in the front view, and I want to go back to my line, and we need to move these verts here. So first we can go ahead and do that. We need to move things around a little. Okay, actually move the vert in a little, move this vert in a little, maybe shrink it down a little bit like that, and let's have a look-see. Okay, so now we need to fix this guy because he's a little broken. There we go. So let's have a look. Good. Okay. And we need to move this one down ever so slightly. Good. Okay. Back in perspective mode. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to throw a turbo smooth on this. That's fine. And then straight from there we're going to go ahead and apply some noise to it. Okay? And I'm going to turn the scale down probably about 35-ish fractal. Okay. Now we want to do X. Give it a little bit of deform. Quite a bit. Because we want it rumpled up pretty good. Okay. Actually, we could probably delete that turbo smooth. You can see it's pretty ruffled up. You know, that's pretty good. So now we can apply a turbo smooth over top. And there you go. Okay. And a nice little roll there. Okay. Now if we are doing something like a bedroll for a backpack, we could probably leave it there. But we're not. We're doing a bedroll and it needs to sit flat. There's a couple of ways that we can do this. But I found that the easiest way is to do an FFD box. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, go into our FFD box. We need control points. We want to select all these bottom control points and kind of squish everything up. Okay, and then go down to the bottom here. Make sure we're getting them all. Move it all up. Okay, and we can take this bottom part or this top part. So we're getting them all. And move it down. Okay. So now we have a nice flat-ish shape. Okay. Now we're going to want to put some straps in here, and it just so happens that our friends, the control points, line up right where we would want to put the straps. So what we can do is just move these down a little bit, kind of squish them in a little. Okay, let's come over on this side so we can see what we're doing. Okay. Now we just want the tops. There we go. Okay. And just these. Good. All right. This is what we can do again. Is move all of these and scale them. And a little bit there. And a little bit there. Okay. Awesome. And then once we convert it to an editable poly, we can do another one in the center here to give these a little bit more definition. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and collapse that down to an editable polygon. And I know that's a lot of polys, guys, but this is more of a high poly piece than it is anything else. It's a it's more of a, you know, an FX piece than it is, you know, for a game asset. Game asset, you definitely don't want that many polygons. You wouldn't collapse the stack like we did. Okay. But that being said, what I want to do now is I want to come over here. I'm going to grab a box and right about here, an auto grid. So right around here-ish. Okay. Create a box. Okay, now I'm going to create another box. Okay. Like right here. And this box we're going to turn into an editable polygon. We're going to do both of them, but this box is going to be an editable poly. We're going to select this face. We're going to do a hinge from edge. We're going to pick a hinge, and it's going to be this top hinge. Okay. We're going to give it 2 is fine. Click OK, and we're going to extrude. So he's right about there. We can actually move them down a little bit. Okay. And then we can extrude them out again. Give it a little bit and then rotate it. It's good. And then extrude them out a little bit more. Oh, we rotated them too much. Okay, we can fix it. Okay, so we're kind of doing this by eye. So it's not going to be perfect, but that being said, it's going to come out rather well, I think. Okay. Now we could do a buckle and all kinds of other nonsense, but I don't really see the point. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and extrude this out again to about halfway. Okay. And we do want that to sit flat. And then we'll scale it X-wise. Make sure he is flat. Okay. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to come over here. We're going to go to symmetry. Okay. Let's go ahead and move it. Oh. Go to our symmetry modifier here, mirror. Move the mirror over. We want to flip. We want these touching. Okay. There we go. Good. Alright, we can go ahead and collapse the stack. This guy, we're going to convert to an editable poly. I'm going to go ahead, select the top, I'm going to grow. I'm going to control and I'm going to delete that back facing polygon. It's just good practice. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Click this guy. I'm going to attach this one. I'm going to go turn attach off. I'm going to go into element and we're going to go ahead and shift and drag him over to here. Well, he's roughly in the same spot. Click OK. Now over here, obviously we're not going to want to bolt this thing. We're not going to want to rivet it down because we need to get it off. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a cylinder, and right on here, right in the center, we're going to make a cylinder. Okay, zoom in. Okay, obviously we don't need height segments, and we actually don't want that many sides. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Radius, we can turn the radius down quite a bit. About like so. And I actually want the height to be a little lower. Okay. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and convert this to an editable polygon. I'm going to click it. I'm going to grow. I'm going to delete that back facing polygon because we don't need them. Okay. And now I'm going to take this top one and I'm going to bevel it up. Okay, well, since it doesn't want to behave itself, we'll go ahead and extrude. Way down. That's fine, because I can move it myself with a little bit more control. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and uniform scale by holding shift and drag it out to about there. And it's going to be part of the element. Okay. Actually, just Control Z that. So what we're going to do is go ahead and just delete that. And then we can do the border and keep it all in one piece. Okay. Okay, there we go. And we're going to move, shift, and drag up a little bit. Let's go ahead and scale it just a tad. Give ourselves a bevel there. Okay, now we're going to bring it up. Just like so. Okay. Now we're going to shift and scale. Just like so. And this we're just going to plane out, move up. Again, we want that nice bevel. Okay, and then we can just go ahead and cap. Done. We have ourselves a nice little bolt. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I'm going to select it all, and I want to throw a quick little chamfer on it. Obviously not that much. 0.002, and we'll go 3. Okay. We still got quite a problem here. So we're going to go ahead and cancel that out. Yeah, it should be fine. These are a little sharp, but that's okay. Alright, so turn that off. Let's go ahead and rename this to Bolt 001, and it's going to be probably a medium-sized bolt. So we'll call it medium bolt 001, and I'm going to move it over this way to our rivets. Okay. That being said, we can go ahead and use our placement tool to Shift and drag it over to here. Okay. Shift and drag it over to here. Click OK. Let's go ahead and grab a small rivet. Click OK. Let me just use another rivet. Click OK. Alright, now for this guy, we're going to go ahead and just run a turbo smooth on him real quick. Okay. Let's see this. Alright, come on. I gotta remember that if I have that tool select, it's going to be a pain in my butt. Alright, can we do a turbo smooth on this? Just this. No, it wants to do the whole thing. Okay, fine. Okay, well, when we do turbo smooth, we see that. Okay, let's go ahead and just detach this part here real quick. Okay, detach as object is fine. So let's go ahead and use our selection tool here. Grab this guy. Well, we might only get to this part today. Alright, let's go ahead and I want to grab this one. That face there, we're going to go ahead and I just want to chamfer it a little bit. 0.0032. Okay, probably even less than that. 0.001 maybe. It's good. Come on down over here and do the same thing. Make sure that we don't have anything else selected. Okay, click OK. It's going to give us a little bit more control when we apply the turbo smooth. So let's go ahead and come over here. We're going to go turbo smooth because we just want to smooth it out a little bit so that it's not so unorganic, really. Okay, good enough. We'll go ahead and convert that to a double poly, and we can reattach everything. What I'm going to do is go ahead and call this tie down 001, and we can attach everything in. We'll attach those, attach the rivets, and we'll attach those. Turn attach off. Okay, we can go ahead, shift and drag over to here. Okay, now I move it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and select these and grow it, and let's do an FFD modifier on it. 4x4 should be fine. Let's go ahead, get the control points, select these. I'm going to move them up a little. Okay, take these and move these up a little. Take these and move these up a little. Okay. And now we can turn that off. Move the whole thing down. Okay. So now we see that we got to work on these here. So I'm going to go ahead and convert that to an edible polygon. And I'm just going to grab these vertices here. And we'll move them out a little. Same with these. Same with these. And these. And let's see over here. Just kind of move things around a little bit. This is very, very not basic, but it is kind of basic modeling. So, go. Fix this a little bit. Go. And we can turn that off. We should be able to move the whole thing down again. So that it is level with the floor. Okay. If push comes to shove, what we can do is again use FFT modifier, selecting these polys and just grow it, and then grab our modifier. Let's go ahead and grab 4x4 and let's go control points. Grab those control points, move them down a little bit. Actually move them over. I can grab these, move those over, grab these, move these over. I'll line these up better. Go. Okay. And I think, yeah, we got a little bit of an issue here. Okay. Up a little. Down. There we go. Okay. It's good. Go ahead and convert that back to a double poly. And I think that's about that. Alright, so now what we can do is go ahead and instead of line, we'll call it pop tent. 001, and we'll attach these guys. Turn it off. Okay. Is good. And we can take one of those, and I think I'll go ahead and shift and drag that over to here. Okay. Let's go ahead and rotate them down. Angle snap 90 degrees. Okay. And move them over. We can move them up a little. Okay, so he's a little big, not a problem. Go ahead and uniform scale him. Okay. That's good. Zoom in a little bit, see where we are. Okay, we're a little too high yet. Over. And down. To there. Good. Right on the surface. Excellent. Okay. And we can move them forward a little bit. So what we'll end up doing is throwing the canvas bag right there. The canvas bag will be the rest of the parts for the tent. Yay! Alright, next episode, or next part, we're going to go ahead and do the duffel bag. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in the next part. So until then, bye-bye.